Today on Icy Knife Reviews, we have a limited edition from We Knife Co. Let's do it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really hope you enjoyed those Blade Show videos. I certainly had a ton of fun making them. Really appreciate all the new subscribers. If you're new here, welcome. Super happy to have you here. Everybody stay tuned. Got a lot of videos in the pipeline. Got some exciting stuff coming. Exciting new ideas, and excited to share it with you guys. So next couple weeks, next month, it's going to be a big time for the channel. So thank you again for supporting and subscribing. Really appreciate it. So yeah, let's get into this. So this is a Blade Show West acquisition. This is actually my buddy Robin's knife, and he let me borrow it, and I'm going to ship it to him after I finish this review. So this is a limited edition from the We Knife booth, and they put them in these nice kind of special We Knife boxes for their limited ones with this little magnet. So we'll just go ahead and pop this guy open. So their limiteds also come with these kind of fancy little certificates that just kind of say the Seer is like certified with this, you know, with the number 609 out of 610. Kind of has some specs on it, which is kind of nice. This little seal of authenticity. So if you're into that, you know, you can frame it, whatever, leave it in the box. Doesn't make too much of a difference. So let's pop this guy open. Kind of a fancy little box, you know, it's neat, whatever. This is the little ticket that was on it at the Blade Show booth, because he got the actual floor model. They had it in a glass case, so that's kind of cool. I sort of convinced him to buy it, but he always wanted it. It was just took a little bit of pushing. That's what we do, you know, that's what friends do. They make each other spend more money than they should. Okay, anyways, cool little stickers. Usually come with a couple We Knives. I've got a few of my own. Great little cloth that I really appreciate. And of course, the reason we're all here, the knife itself. So let's get into this. So this is the We Knife Seer, limited edition. And boy, this thing is beautiful. I really like the look of this knife. I almost purchased one myself, but went with a ProTech Malibu instead, which you guys will be seeing in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Let's get a zoom in here. 609 out of 610, CPM 20CV. Again, that We Knife, like very minimalist marking on the blade. One thing that struck me right away, and I think struck Robin as well, is the horizontal grind lines that go with the length of the blade. That's not something you see often, or at least not something I've seen often. I usually see the vertical grind lines that go against the length of the blade, which is cool. But I think the uniqueness of this knife with these grind lines is you know, pretty great. It's a pretty great feature. Kind of goes with the overall like slim length kind of design elements of the blade, or of the knife, so it fits in really well. The other thing I really like is the handle. So it's a nice long handle. I think you're coming in around 4 3/4 inches, and the knife overall is about 8.2 inches with a 3.5 inch blade. But it really fits in the hand well. It's slim enough, but it's long enough and just contoured just right. And the clip, actually, the kind of scoop on the clip fits perfectly in that cup of, like, the, you know, the ring on my finger there. And with my hands, I get a really solid grip, nice jimping. So it's very comfortable. Titanium gives it, like, not a super lightweight, but also not very heavy for the size. So it's just a satisfying weight. I want to say 3.4 ounces. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure 3.4 ounces is the overall weight. So not bad. For a 3.5 inch blade, not bad at all. Nice thin blade too. You're looking at 130 thousandths on that blade stock. And it's a full flat grind. So it comes down to a nice thin edge. Try my best to represent that on the camera. So it's probably really slicey. I don't know how hard Robin's going to use this guy because it's kind of a fancier knife. But 20 CV, not exceptionally tough. Definitely good edge retention and great corrosion resistance. So it's definitely a high quality steel. I don't know how well We does their heat treats. If someone knows or has experience, please let me know in the comments. We were actually discussing that. We were just not quite sure. It'd be good to know if they run it hard or soft or what. What else? So I like the subtle design elements that they had here, like the little scooped blue sections, the light milling on the rounded edges of the blade, or God, what am I saying? The rounded parts of the handle have that light milling, and I especially like the bronze accents. So in the logo, the screws, the barrel spacers, really nice bronze. Wee does a great job with their bronze. I think I said that in the last video, but it's true, and it's something I really like. One thing I want to do is just quickly compare. Oh, actually, last thing particularly about this knife, action is really good. Nice long blade, so it just flies out of there. Bearings, of course, and Wee does their flipper action just so well. Just frame lock flippers. I just hit the camera stand. Frame lock flippers from Wee cannot go wrong. So that's great. One knife I think is a very relevant comparison is the, God, I keep hitting my camera. You can tell it's been a while since I made a video, a knife review video. So the Wee knife kite fin, I think it's kind of similar in the design area. Same blue that they use, same anodized blue. But when you look at this one, obviously is much louder with its design. But when you look at the backs, the similarities really start to pop out. It's that same kind of brushed black finish with their bronze accents. Now, the main real difference that I see is you can see the interior of these little holes that they made in the clip on the kite fin has this beautiful bronzed kind of interior, but they neglected to do that on the Seer. And I'm baffled as to why they didn't, because this is a more expensive knife. It's a limited edition. You'd think that they would put kind of all the bells and whistles, but they didn't do that, and Robin tried to steal my clip. So, it's one of those little extra things that I think I really like about this one. So I'm obviously not going to let him have my clip because I have to have the superior one. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of a similarly designed knife in my opinion, with the kind of subtle design elements. And then another good size comparison is the PM2. So these actually are very similar in terms of blade length and handle length, with the Seer being much skinnier and sleeker overall, but the functional handle and blade length is pretty similar with the counting, especially with the finger choil. So anyways, that's kind of the size. It's definitely a good, comfortable size, larger, sort of classy knife. I wouldn't necessarily go hunting in the woods with, probably any Wee, but it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do with these. They can certainly handle it. That's not the problem. It's just whether or not you want to get it all dirty and gunked up. But I'm a big proponent of using your knife, but not abusing it. And I think a lot of knives have a specific purpose, and so I think Robin will find a very specific purpose for this, which is great. But yeah, great knife from Wee. It was awesome meeting the guys at the booth. Seth was so great. He showed us all kinds of great stuff. You can see him in the last couple of videos. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll end it here. Again, thank you for the support. Really appreciate it, and stay tuned for some cool stuff coming. So, all right, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.